Hello. So it is October 10th, and it is day 30 of the 75 hard challenge that I am doing. I did not make a video for day 29. Well, it's recorded, but I did not want to because the next 30 days are going to look a little bit more different. So now that I've created the habit of showing up, I've created the habit of running, I've created the habit of sticking to a plan, I've created the habit of eating healthy. It only takes 21 days to make a habit and, stick to it. So now it's about implementing that habit. I feel like it's become a lifestyle, right? I am now going to focus a little bit more on mental discipline. I feel that my gears are turning and I see myself being more self-aware. I've gained more clarity as to what I'm doing and where I'm going and what I want to achieve in life. And as a part of this next portion, the next 30 days, hopefully it'll extend longer, but just for the next 30 days, I am going to not do any update videos, and I'm going to learn how to self-validate myself. I never did it for the external validation. Obviously, it's nice, but I feel an immense sense of accomplishment when I do go on my runs, when I do wake up on time. And I like that feeling, which is why I do it. And these videos, they started from a place of just being able to share my life and document it. So I never really made it for the gaze of others, which is why I don't really put a lot of thought into it before I post it to social media. I don't really edit a lot. If I had to edit, it's probably for good reason, but I have some fun videos here and there. I might still document things, but I just won't be posting any progress about the next 30 days because now this is that second half, the doing uncomfortable things. So I feel like I've come to a new place where I do feel this is kind of easy, and now I had to do something hard again because we're building, right? I've set the foundation, now I'm going up another, and then I'll go up another, and it'll just keep adding on because this is for me, this is a lifestyle change, not not just like a diet, like a fad. No, I'm trying to change my lifestyle, the way I show up every single day, the way I show up in my relationships, the way I show up in the world. I'm trying to change that with this challenge. And, I probably have recorded so many takes of this, okay? I have. This morning, I tried, but I felt a lot of anxiety because this is a little hard. This is very hard, actually. It is a lot harder to just be quiet and to do the work, because what happens is when you don't talk about it, and it's like your brain is like, I'm not really celebrating my win. But that's the thing, right? It's just so important to be able to handle that on your own. And I think the rewards would be far more beneficial. So that is kind of the plan. I will not be talking about my progress every single day, but I will be journaling. And I think that's good because I think I've created a good level of accountability with myself. But just to wrap up the last month and how it's gone, that's so funny. On day 29, which was yesterday, I ran a 4-kilometer race in protest to beating the bus because the transportation sucks in my city. And the best part of this entire race was me putting myself in a position that I would have never put myself in the first place. being uncomfortable and going out and running a race with like 3 weeks of prep, not knowing anyone there, not having anyone to come out and support me. I did this alone. I'm very proud of myself. I know I had moral support and I appreciate that. But, you know, I knew like me completing this run is like the reward was to just feel that and go home and eat pasta. That was my reward. To my meal prep, I added some carbs because I did push myself. What ended up happening was that I joined an 8-minute per kilometer pacing group online, but I couldn't find them in person. So then I ended up joining the 7:30, and they were super, super fast. And I had to keep up. I had no choice. But you know what? Somehow, I did it. And I'm very proud of myself for that. And, you know, that's it. Yeah. I came home. I was really tired. I ate food and I went to bed. And I woke up today at 5:50 and went to the gym. I'm not running today. Got to take it easy. So it'll be an active rest day because later on today I'll be dancing for Garba. And, you know, that's just how it goes. But I really, really am very satisfied with the challenge thus far. I have overcome a lot of hurdles and I'm very proud of myself for sticking to it despite the challenges that I faced. That is what grit is, you know, that is what resiliency is, and that's what perseverance is. Keep showing up and keep doing the work even when you don't feel like it. You know, some days I don't get enough sleep, but I still wake up at 5:50 and I still do what I need to do. Sometimes I do find myself scrolling on my phone or just wondering and lying in bed, hey, like, I really don't want to get up. But still, I don't look at it as like a bad thing. I'm like, okay, well, you got 5 minutes or you got 30 seconds. I count down and I get up and I go every day, all day. And I think I've developed, well, it's like training that part of your brain, like exercise, right? You're training it to show up again and again. It gets easier and easier. And then when you're like, you find that so easy to just show up, then you add in something else. And then you have to keep training your brain again. And then it gets easier and easier. And then that's how you level up. It's just how it works. So for me, that's what it is. But the next 30 days are going to be a challenge that I already had decided at the very beginning of my challenge that when I get to 30 days, I'm going to change it up. And now I'm going to do that. And it's going to be interesting, especially because I am going back home for the reading week. And I don't know how that's going to affect my diet and my physical activity. It's also starting to get colder, so it's becoming harder to run without the proper gear that I need. It's very cold in my apartment. Like right now I'm freezing, but we still got a ball, right? And also that's going to change up routine a little bit, especially if it starts to snow. So yeah, I just wanted to make this video to talk about that. And I'm really interested to see how this is going to play out. So the next 30 days are going to look like that. I'm not going to share any progress updates on YouTube, but I'm not going to share it to my friends either. Now that is hard, but that's okay because that's the entire point of this chapter of my life. It is to do hard things and get used to it. And obviously, if I can run at a 6 minute and 15 second minutes per kilometer pacing yesterday, because that's what it took to keep up with this group, even though they were 7:30, they were running fast, then I can definitely do this, you know? I believe in myself. But yeah, so it's not the end of the journey, but it is the start of a new challenge within this one challenge. What can I say? Anyways, I have so much to go do, so I'm gonna go. But thanks for coming along on the ride, and I will see you, hopefully, soon, in 30 days, with an update. Bye!